Hello again. In this video, we're going to be learning about two skills that every human being should learn. Detachment and channeling. So, these skills are related, just a quick introduction. I'm going to get straight into it in a second, but straight into it in a second. That makes no sense. Just introduction. Quick introduction. These two skills are related to stoicism. So, yeah, it's in here. Stoicism. Wow, yeah. I know, you all are so excited. Once again, I say you all like I have an audience. I'm talking to a computer. Okay, whatever. Maybe this will be the video that people see. That it'll be the video where everything, like, I get my first 5 viewers. Maybe. Let's see. Okay. So, let's go over detachment first, since I feel like that is going to be the easiest for you to comprehend. Since I'm sure most of my viewers are going to be male, and this is something us men are men. I'm not 15. Us young boys and men are good at detachment. And what the skill is basically, I'm sure you can kind of already tell by the name, is detaching yourself from your emotions. The problem with this is it can usually become an addiction, where you just detach yourself from your emotions whenever things are painful or whenever you just can't really deal with them. So you just ignore them. That's not good. Detachment is for when you need to focus or look at your emotions from a bird's eye point of view. These are the two uses: focus and bird's eye point of view, and rationality. Three main purposes: bird's eye point of view, so focus, objectivity, which is the bird's eye point of view, and rationality. These are the three purposes of detachment that I know of. And this allows for some very helpful reflection, contemplation, and, like I've already said, focus when you really need to just do something, kind of ignore how you feel and just do it. There's not really much to say about the skill. I mean, those are the uses. How you do it, it just takes practice, I suppose. Just putting yourself, although I will say, yeah, there's no like secret to it. It's just practice. Just distancing yourself from your emotions, looking at them as if they were something separate from you, something you could control. Something you can turn off and on. I'm trying to think of a metaphor here. But there isn't really. one that comes to mind, to be completely honest with you. All I can say is practice makes perfect, and I suppose a good way to start practicing would be, that's the thing, it's just emotions are such a phenomenon. You really just have to put yourself out there and experience what life has to offer and just focus on distancing yourself from your emotions when needed. But only for those three things. Don't do this if because you are uncomfortable with your emotions. The entire point of you need to grow. You need to grow. And you're not going to grow if you don't experience, if you don't bask in your emotions. That's the problem I see these days. You have all these people saying they've been through so much in life. And you know what? They probably have, to some extent. But none of it's ever any use if you don't experience it. If you just like scroll on TikTok, which is one way you can detach yourself from your emotions, is distraction, which is not a good method. Don't distract yourself. This is when you're like scrolling on TikTok and you just distract yourself from what's going on in life. That doesn't make you stronger. I don't care what it is, even if it's so much as your country being attacked. If you just scroll on TikTok all day and you just hide yourself from your emotions, you're not going to make any progress whatsoever. You're not going to grow. You're not going to become stronger. You're not going to become tough. But to become tough, you need to grow. And that's only going to happen with your emotions and feeling your emotions and feeling pain. But yeah, anything related to discipline can be very useful when it comes to learning how to detach yourself from your emotions. Okay, time for the next skill. The second skill, and the final skill I'll be talking about in this video, channeling. This is my favorite, in my opinion. That makes too much sense. This is my favorite. I mean, it kind of is for now. Channeling. The art of directing your emotions towards a positive outlet. The most common example I can think of, and is, let's say someone breaks up with you or whatever, using that I see this all the time. You're like, somebody cheats on you or whatever, you use that anger in the gym. It's the most common example of channeling I can think of. Directing your emotions towards a certain outlet. This can amplify the power of your actions. Let's take fear, for example. Fear is a superpower. You can jump higher, run faster, punch harder than you ever thought you could ever do. Does that sentence make sense? When we have fear, that emotion is instantly channeled through adrenaline to our muscles to do stuff, to get away from the threat or fight the threat. But yeah, this is a very useful skill, especially when you have a just cause. You see, a human being's power is defined by their purpose. And by this I mean, whoever has the most righteous purpose will win. This is why good always wins over evil. This is why good is destined to win evil in this world. Even though it may not seem like it, it will. Because evil people, they detach themselves from the people around them. But they cannot channel because they're too detached. When you can channel your emotions, you can also draw on the life energy of other people around you. You can draw on your righteousness, on your honor, on your purpose. And this can allow you to do amazing things. With detachment comes discipline, and channeling, I suppose, motivation, if that makes sense. And it's important to have both, because if you master both the art of channeling and detachment, you can become more disciplined and more motivated. So discipline acting as the foundation and motivation for the extra boost to elevate yourself even higher. And that what gives you the edge. Anyone can become disciplined, but only people with a righteous purpose can truly excel in life, can truly beat unfathomable odds. An example of this in history, an example I will employ is the attack of the dead 100 men. I can't remember which war, whether it was World War I or World War II. However, the Germans were attacking a Russian outpost. And they were doing this because they needed to get through there to attack a bunch of wounded Russian soldiers retreating back to their homeland. And the Russian soldiers out at the outpost knew this. But anyways, they were surprise attacked with mustard gas. And for those of you that don't know, mustard gas is a very dangerous toxin. It's a toxic gas that makes your body do things that are straight out of a horror movie. I'm talking cough up your own lungs, blood is coming out of your eyes, muscle spasms, anything you can think of, mustard gas does it. Vomiting, I'm sure diarrhea is on there too. It's the most messed up form of weaponry I know of. Besides a nuke would probably be worse, but I digress. You think it's over, right? I mean, mustard gas, you get surprise attacked, they had no gas masks, they had nothing. But actually, these 100 men, well, 100 men remained while coughing up their lungs, whilst blood was leaking from their eyes, they charged at the German troops. Think about that for a second. Your body is literally being torn apart, ripped to pieces from the inside out. You're coughing up chunks of your organs. But you think about your brothers. You think about their families. And this burning feeling inside of you, it literally keeps you alive. Whether you want it to or not, when you're that in touch with life and with purpose, and with love and with humanity and with family, you just go. Clearly, because that's what they did. They charged the German troops, and they scared them away. They looked like zombies. And they were still going and shooting guns, crawling towards the enemy. Not even until their last breath, even when they couldn't breathe, even when there was no oxygen getting into their body, they just attacked with every ounce of strength they had. Every ounce. And they won. They defied literally all odds. That is an amazing ability. And that is the edge I'm talking about. So, my friend, find your fire. I'm not saying you'll be able to do that. But maybe, just maybe, when everything is falling apart around you, and everything and the odds seem insurmountable, you'll be able to push through. Channel your purpose. Your purpose should flow through your veins. It's literally a scene out of Dragon Ball Z. Lend me your power. Not saying a giant blue ball will be above you and you'll literally draw on everyone's life energy. But in a sense, you will. And while you may not be able to fire whatever that guy Goku fires out of his hands or whatever, you will be able to do great things. So make sure your purpose is righteous. And don't let the odds scare you. Because if your purpose is true, you will have an edge over everyone. And I mean everyone. Not saying you'll win every fight you get into, but in the long run, you will triumph. You will win. In the end, you will win. Hope you learned something valuable from this video. And that's about perfect timing. Just finished up learning how to wrap up a hand with whatever the hell this is called. Nice. Perfect timing. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is going to be a longer video. Sorry about that. Hopefully your attention span made it. And I'll see you in the next one. Play the outro music.